Hello everyone and welcome to this video. I'm Pete Gammon and I am the Deputy Designated Safeguard Lead for Petrock College. I also manage the student support services. I'd like to say from the start I am not a professional at doing this, so please bear with me. There may be some pausing and there may be some ums and ers to fill the gaps. So like I say, please bear with me. Before we get onto the main topic of this video, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to you guys as staff for all the support you give the safeguarding and support services. Without you, we wouldn't have the opportunity to safeguard all of the learners that we are able to from your referrals. So a huge thank you. There's a real awareness in our team that without you, we wouldn't be able to function and actually put these measures in place to make sure that our learners are safe whilst they're here and actually when they're in their own homes and out in the communities. So a huge thank you. Genuinely, it's a privilege to work with the fantastic staff that we have here at Petrock. The topic of this video, I know that I've recorded other videos, but the topic of this video is college identification. And really, to me, it's the most important video that I have produced, really. I know the topic of college identification has been widely discussed, and lots of people kind of have had input around college ID. And really, for me, the college ID process and procedures we have in place are the most important of any safeguarding intervention that we have put in place here at Petrock. Like I said, it's the most important way to create a safe environment for all of our learners and staff and visitors who want to come and use our campuses. In terms of lanyards and college identification, it's a huge priority for the safeguarding team and should be a huge priority for all staff. And the kind of wider campus use to challenge non-conformance. And safeguarding is everybody's responsibility, as we've said so many times, and we expect that all of our learners and staff and visitors and anybody using our campus wear the appropriate college identification. I want to be really honest from a safeguarding point of view. Over the last few years, and certainly from today's experience and things that we've seen, we're safeguarding our learners from people who actually want to cause some of our learners harm. You know, we are protecting and safeguarding our learners from people who want to groom them, people who want to exploit them. We're working hard to make sure that drugs and drug dealers aren't kind of common occurrences on our campus, and that we're not a soft target. We're making sure that we are promoting the prevent strategy and having due regard to make sure that our learners aren't being drawn into terrorism, and lots of other kind of ways that our learners and staff could very well be harmed. Being drawn into serious and organised crime is something which is a huge priority in keeping children safe in education. And lanyard conformance is a huge asset to enable us to kind of determine who is on our site and should they actually be here. But we need your help. The safeguarding and support service needs your help. Like I said, safeguarding is everybody's responsibility. Challenging non-conformance is not just down to the safeguarding and support services. It's very much down to everybody creating the common culture that we will challenge non-conformance. Like I said, it's all of our responsibilities to create a safe campus and a great environment for us all to work and learn in. And challenging non-conformance with our visible ID process and procedures is the most important method that we have to identify people who are on our campus that should not be here. And we have had those instances this year, and some of the best disclosures that we've had and we've worked with are where staff are challenging non-conformance and identifying persons who shouldn't be here, giving us the opportunity to engage with them and remove them from our campus. So that is happening, but we can't do that without you. In all honesty, if we are not challenging lanyard non-conformance, then we could be allowing persons who shouldn't be here to remain on site and actually engage with some of our very, very vulnerable learners and actually staff. So it's critically important that we challenge non-conformance where we see it. I know there's an awful lot of reservations around challenging students because potentially the responses that we get from learners isn't always positive. However, myself and the wider support service staff and safeguarding team will challenge, but in a pleasant way. You know, if we very much see a learner without their lanyard on, we will informally say to them, have you got your lanyard? If they say yes, we kind of ask them to put it on and kind of manage an expectation that if they don't comply with my request, they're going to be challenged throughout the day by different members of staff, and really creating the culture that it's actually easier for them to actually wear their lanyard, and it'll be less hassle for them, because when they leave me, if they don't display their lanyards, they'll be challenged by other staff, and that's the culture we need to create. We wanted to make sure that this year that there wasn't a punitive approach to non-lanyard conformance, or non-ID conformance, sorry, wearing of such, because we didn't want the reference to the lanyard police or to create this punitive kind of culture where they'll be nagged, but actually we wanted to create a culture where they are positively challenged and actually say to them that we are requesting that they wear their lanyards and ID so that we know that they should be on this campus, so that actually we can safeguard them and everybody else from other people who maybe want to come onto our campus and do things which they shouldn't be. So we just kind of quite politely and pleasantly and almost kind of joking with them, but a serious viewpoint actually, that we need them to wear their lanyards because it's about safeguarding them and everybody else. That's out and around and the corridors. I think it's really, really important in managed spaces and in classrooms that we are ensuring that all of our learners are wearing those lanyards in our classrooms and managed spaces. I'm reminded that that is an actual expectation of them being at college. It's really, really important. I know that registers are marked to reflect such conformance, and it's really, really important that learners don't have their IDs in their bag and marked present with lanyard, that actually they're wearing them. If there's an issue around health and safety, because they're in a workshop, that prior to leaving the workshop or classroom, lecturers are reminding students to wear and put on their lanyards. Again, managing their expectations, that it's actually to safeguard them and to create a safe environment and culture for us all to come and learn and work in, which is really important. I think it's really, really important to support staff. So if any staff feel they would like some additional conversations around how we challenge learners when they're not wearing their identification, I'm very, very happy to meet with members of staff and discuss how we approach it. So if you guys just drop me an email or drop the safeguarding inbox an email, we are very, very happy to support you in this kind of common objective where conformance to ID is promoted, and we are working with each other and supporting each other so that it's not one member of staff challenging and four aren't. It's everybody's challenging and creating this culture where we expect our learners and staff to wear their identification. We do, as a college, have a visible identification procedure, excuse me, which can be found in central resources under policies. So please read that if you haven't. That kind of gives you an overview of the college's processes around identification. So that can be used as a resource as well. But in terms of the purpose of this video, it's very much to emphasize to you that the college identification expectation is the primary resource we use to safeguard our learners and staff from people who want to come onto this site to potentially harm them. So please, we need your help. Please challenge. If you don't feel comfortable challenging, contact me and I will work with you to ensure that we give you the skills and resources to be able to do that. Thank you ever so much. Have a great day.